Dan Rothenberg and Joe Klosik, two guys trying to figure it out. Not the right wing, not the brosphere. Left of center, with humor and empathy. Welcome!
Welcome to the Splain.
The Splain!
Subscribe and like us.
Come on, people. It's not that much to ask.
And by the way, speaking of subscribing and liking us,
yes,
I want to just quick check in.
Yes.
On, let's see, a comment we got.
Okay. Some fan mail.
We got some fan mail, buddy.
I love it. I love it.
Here we go. Okay.
Okay.
This is from NY Da Vinci Bricks.
Okay. Cool name.
Okay, so it's a response to our short where we're talking about the short attention span of younger people, and you remember that short?
Yeah.
It has to do with communication, short span, short attention span. Okay, here we go. It's hard to stomach the lie of what this modern life is or how it works, because the lies are so evident now that even the children go ... This masonry wrote the novel, and the soul knows something's wrong before final judgment. So does he agree or not agree with us?
I think it's pretty clear, Dan. I think I don't know why I need to
Once you
explain
get into
it to you.
I'm out. Can you explain that to
what
me?
he's saying is
Masonry.
that the bedrock of society is basically ... And I think he's communicating a little bit in Morse code.
He's one dot short of a dot factory.
He's definitely short of something.
Yeah. Okay.
But
anyway,
you know what?
Did any of that make sense?
No, not. I can't even fake my way through that. But you know what? He made an effort.
But I'm excited because
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Like us or don't, because we don't know how you're feeling.
We appreciate you taking the time.
I'm happy because he wasn't mean. I don't think.
Well, do we know that for certain?
No. Mason. What's a mason?
Well, I think he might be referring to... Okay, so there's either masons, right, that work with bricks, or, the stonework, or...
stonework, yeah.
Well, he might be referring to the Masons, which is like a secretive organization that gets blamed for a lot of conspiracy theories. Yeah.
All right. So
he's probably referring to the... Yeah. I mean, but then again, who knows?
Who knows?
What was his name again? Was it neurodivergent?
Da Vinci something.
Da Vinci.
Oh,
yeah.
Neurodivergent.
Well, I'm just taking a guess. Da Vinci,
Yeah.
neurodivergent, mentioning the Masons, ... Lots of lies in society.
He took the effort, though. Whatever he's saying, he meant it.
Yeah, I think he took something before he typed.
Yeah,
I think.
He was in that.
Yeah, he was. The third eye was awake.
Yeah. What's he doing? Okay. So, new segment.
What is it? What do our comments mean?
Yes, we are. What else do we have? My wife says, "Are you making fun of your own lead listener?"
No,
Thanks, hon.
No, we're making fun of the comment we don't understand that I'm guessing was done at like 3:00 in the morning.
That's right. That's right. So what is Da Vinci?
I think the segment is really like Dan is having something explained to him by his wife.
Yes, NY Da Vinci Bricks. What's he doing right now?
That guy?
Yeah, what is that?
Well,
guy?
okay, it's 12.
Time
yeah, it's 12:40 p.m. He's asleep. He's not awake.
He's not awake.
He's not awake yet because he's been up all night. Doing research, man. He's on the dark web. He's breaking it down,
He's
man.
doing some research. Do your research.
Dot.
Everything.
Come on.
Yeah.
No, he's
doing research.
we really are making fun of a
this?
guy that made a. I mean, who knows what that means? You know, God love him for trying. I mean, it. I mean, maybe he is saying like this generation. Like if we if we really try to read into it or take it seriously, I mean, there's probably a valid point there. Like, yeah, this generation has had so much crap foisted upon it, and it's easier to get lies now than ever before because of all our technology, right? That they're probably just inundated with shit so much that it's hard for them to discern what is truth, what is fiction, what is their own soul telling them to do. You know, we tell our kids you can be anything, and yet they can't.
Mason dude. Okay, so it's a call out to you, Mason dude.
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci, Mason, neuro.
Do we really want to invite this guy to?
Sure. Help us out? What are you talking about?
Zodiac, are you there? We're keeping the lines open
Bring
for
it.
you to call in.
We want to hear what you have to say. Let us know.
Let us know
Did Joe decipher that?
What do you think it means? How would you read that?
I got nothing.
Can you read between the dots? Come on, man.
I can't read between the dots or the number of sides on the die you're rolling.
Yeah.
If you follow what I'm saying. Okay,
Definitely, yeah. Okay.
So, do you have a? I can't think. Do you have a? Am I a dick?
I kind of do. I kind of do. Okay, so am I being a dick?
As Joe being a dick. Bow, 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 bow. Go.
Well, we really do need to come up with some theme music for that.
Some
Okay.
music, yeah.
Okay. So here's me being a dick. Now I don't know if this is true everywhere, okay, but my girlfriend and I, when we get gas, we go to Costco, right? We got the Costco membership card, right?
My mom would be very proud of you.
Oh yeah, is your mama a Costco?
You want to know where I get gas? Well, let's see. If I'm remembering when you asked me 10 minutes ago, Costco, yeah, it's good.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? It's always busy, right? It's always, you gotta wait. There's always a line to get in. And now there's two pumps, right? And one in front of the other. Now, if you are behind, if you're in the second one, behind the first one, and then you finish, you're filled up, right? And now the first one in front of you has not filled up. Am I a dick for thinking the guy behind me should pull back so I can pull out and get out of there?
Okay, are you a dick? Are you a dick for thinking that?
Well, okay. So here's what I did. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put it into reverse. You know, we can all see what the lights mean, right? I'm starting to back up. Hey, this is me backing up. Okay, you're not moving. Well, now we're still stuck here.
The guy in front of you is still getting gas. You need to back up and pull out.
Yeah. I want to just back up and pull around, right? Because that way you can get to your gas faster. I'm really thinking of you, stranger, right? I'm really thinking of you. Like you can
get to your gas.
Your day can start out sooner.
But he's in line.
He's in line. And God forbid he should
the rules of the line.
Like back up 3 feet, 3 feet, and then I can pull out and pull around. And then you can pull up.
So how did you handle it?
No words were exchanged, but I think it was a lot of passive-aggressive lights. You know, I'm like, I'm backing up. We can all see what's happening here. I'm backing up. You should back up too. Eventually he backed up. Okay. But I did. I felt like the universe was saying, like, Joe, you might have been a little dickish. Like this guy was okay to wait. And some people seem okay to wait. They seem like, look, this is the situation.
Yeah, let's relax. Bottom line, no, you weren't being a dick.
Okay.
You were probably getting a little dickish about it. That's what I do.
I was being impatient.
For me, it comes down to an impatience and kind of that Larry David sense of justice. We're all doing it wrong.
Yeah. We're in a society here.
Yes. Yeah. It's all... same thing happens to me in Portland because nobody knows how to drive. When I'm when someone is taking a left, people don't know you go around them.
Yes.
Go into the bike lane a little and go around them. And we're
take the bike.
there.
Take the bicyclers out.
Yeah, right. Come to think of it, I have had some close calls with bicyclists.
Oh dear God! Oh boy.
That reminds me of. I don't know if I'm being. I can't help it. I just want to throw this out.
Please.
I'm being a snob. Am I? I will never forget. Like, okay, I have a question for you. Okay. So, the difference. Let's talk about road comedy.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. All right.
Road. Comedy.
Can you define it? Define what is road comedy?
It's a certain kind of comedy where you pick up certain habits to be successful on the road, which means just to kind of get to the heart of it, with people that are approaching comedy as less of an art, more of a diversion, and can be a little more...
it's more cheerleading. It's more crowd control.
It's more cheerleading and crowd
Where's
work.
my ladies at? Yeah, like that kind of.
Where are you at? Woo.
Yeah,
and so the epitome of road comedy is talking to the crowd about the
previous town you were in.
About the previous town you were in, and doing the same jokes.
Yeah. So the next town you're in, you make fun of the
That is so. In other words, it's not genuine. It's a trick that works and gets laughs. So I can think of two comics, and I'm not going to tell you their names, but as you can guess, one of their names is Doc. And there's a lot of docs. There's at least 15 to 20 docs in comedy, so I'm not outing.
And the irony being that Doc thinks he's very original, but I don't even know. I don't even know if he's still doing it.
I'm not breaking his confidence. Okay, so this is what I remember. This particular doc. Okay, so the would go like this. Every time, every town we'd go to, he would go like this. He would go, so I can't help it. So I drove in this morning, and I can't help but notice. But can you turn on the light, honey? She turns off the.
She's saving you energy, man. Come on.
Actually, I look fine.
You look great. You look beautiful.
Okay. So he would go like this. I can't help but notice, but you guys here in fill in the blank drive just a little bit differently. I mean, and then we go to the next town. You guys drive just a little, and I always thought, and it would work like a charm.
Every time,
Kill. And I would think, and we'd be in like Corvallis or Roseburg, and I'm like, what are you laughing at? Well, how do you drive here and it would always...
God, man.
Hold on, let me turn on the light.
I remember those towns. I remember doing I remember doing those little gigs.
Yeah, just...
What's... I hear doors slamming. I see no difference in light.
Turn on the light.
This is hilarious.
And the other one, total epitome of road, is talking about the town you've been to.
Yeah.
And such sounds like a venereal disease.
Oh, yeah.
Doc, I got fill in the blank. Works every time. And sometimes it didn't sound like a venereal disease. It just didn't sound like a...
And yet it still works.
I was just in Bakersfield. Bakersfield sounds like a venereal disease. No, it doesn't. Right?
And it would work.
Every fucking time. Now, milpitas. Okay, it's an etus.
Yeah.
That sounds a little like a venereal disease.
I have to admit to doing a little bit of that in my time out there on the road.
How much? Okay, yeah. So I want to. Yeah, how much of that would you kind of resort to, and did it affect your comedy overall?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I can't speak for anyone else, right? But I think you go on the road. I went on the road as a young comic, and I had the best of intentions, and I thought, hey, I'm going to try some stuff that is really interesting to me and unique, and I really want to put it out there. And then suddenly, you're in a bar in
Suddenly
Great
you walk
Falls,
in.
Montana. Yeah,
Yes,
suddenly
I
you
will never
walk
forget
in.
that feeling. You
Yeah.
walk in, you smell the stale beer.
Just stale beer.
and
Yeah. And you're just,
it's
it's like, it's
out
not,
the fucking
yeah,
window.
the
So
introspection, the religious material, the
Yeah.
the stuff that would take a little bit more time and nuance to develop. No, and then of course, you get in there, and I remember being in Minot, North Dakota, and making fun of them, like, Minot? That sounds like a southern hooker. Well, I might, but then again, I might not. And they just lost their shit. Like, you've never
That's
heard
at
that
least-
before? I mean,
That's at least unique to the place.
But then, yeah, I thought so, but then I found out later, like, every comic was doing some version of might not, it just, because it just, but yeah, then I'm that comic, like, the next town, the next night, like, last night was might not. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like a hooker you're bargaining with, and you learn really quickly, like, the most derivative, the simplest stuff is going to get you the biggest laughs, right? You're not doing edgy, you're not doing experimental, hey, what's up with religion? It's very complicated, and it made me think a lot as a kid that maybe the wheel's spinning inside me. Nope. That's not, that's not going to work. Yeah, like, what's he talking about now? Yeah, how about a dick joke?
Yeah, and when you did a lot more road than me, but I remember kind of thinking, yeah, I'll be an artist tomorrow. Let's fucking get through this.
Yeah, I mean, you're louder because there's always noise. You're in a bar, so there's conversation. Sometimes you have to compete with the TV still being on. The sound is off, but the TVs are on. Sometimes people are playing pool. Sometimes they're just like, nobody knows there was a comedy show, and then you still have to perform to get paid. It's like some weird joke. Where it just sad. Everything is up against you, and then everything is louder, and you just realize, like, I can at least get their attention, by, hey, give me a round of applause if you've ever breathed. Who's a breather? I mean, it gets like that derivative, like you're just looking to get them focused, so then you can set up some simple, stupid joke, and then, I mean, I went out there with the best of intentions, but then I would come home with a bunch of dick jokes. And then, you say fuck a lot because it's just like a word that just, puts a little shock into the audience. And I remember, I vividly remember going out there, and I remember being on stage. I don't know if you remember this, but I think you kind of pulled me aside saying, like, you've been on the road a lot. Like, yeah, well, what about it? Like, I can tell. And other people were like, what are you doing up there, man? And then realizing also, like, I couldn't have an act for the road, and I couldn't have an act for San Francisco because you're going to get schizophrenic.
So in other words, you bring it home with you.
You bring it home with you, like venereal disease.
Right. Amen. Right. You're the venereal disease.
Yeah, but it's really, you can't, and I'm not saying every gig is like that, but there's definitely those one-nighter gigs where you're on that circuit and you're in bars and you're in little towns, and I hate to say that the stereotype is true about small town America, but more often than not, you're not encountering people who are looking for the most creative stand-up comedy when they're coming to their local bar,
Right, and it's not even, maybe they are at the, at the Civic Center downtown where a more well-known person is coming.
Yeah.
And they have fans, but not at the bar. The bar is going to get the people that normally go to the bar.
You're a big Carlton fan, right?
Carlton or Carlin?
Carlin. You're a big George Carlin
yes,
fan, right?
Very much.
I remember this because it's interesting that you mentioned, like, the Civic Center. I remember being in Great Falls, Montana, and they had George Carlin coming in like a week to the Civic Center, right? That they had. And I think it was, I don't know what it sat, but it's a beautiful building, at least like 5,000 seats. And I just remember being there, and it's snowing and it's cold, and it's the morning after just like a shitty bar gig, and I'm hungover, and I'm trying to get coffee in this place, and I see like flyers everywhere, George Carlin coming to Great Falls, Montana, and I'm just like, what, what the fuck, man? Like, how do I get on that level? How do I get, like 5,000 seat theater? And instead I'm like, man, I just bombed in front of 15 people that didn't want to hear anything I had to say for $50, And now that $50, I spent half of it on alcohol, so now I got 25. I got to use that 25 to gas up my car, have lunch, and get to the next shitty gig somewhere in Montana, and just like, I remember that too. Like
it's like you're doing something different than him. You guys have it's a different.
But that was the thing. It's like it felt like, wait a minute, I'm in the same town. How come I can't do smart, interesting, irreverent stand up? It's like anything close to requiring a little bit of introspection. It's like, no. Dating is weird. White guys are like this and black guys are like that. Talk about your dick. You know what I mean? And like
there's some comedians, and this is really few and far between, I would say, like Bill Hicks, for instance. If I'm honest, I'm not in love with him. Probably because I don't enjoy him as much as but I do enjoy him reasonably, and I have immense respect for him. But he is a guy that will just do his thing and believe he's right and deal with the tension.
Yeah. Yeah, he was wired differently too, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
also, he was of a different time. Like, you could be a comedian that was legendary for walking a room, but in today's day and age, somehow keep working, and because there was also an aspect of like, we appreciate the art, we appreciate what you're saying, we appreciate what you're doing.
Maybe, but that was a hacky generation. That was a bunch of airline jokes.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, you could be somebody that would chase away commerce, and you would still get booked. Like, there was still, he wasn't working everywhere, but he also didn't want to work everywhere. But here's the thing that was unique about him. Like, in interviews, he was big in England. He was really big in England. And because they loved to see an American criticizing America, but he also had very interesting, smart, edgy material. And he was always asked, why do you go back to the little clubs in America? And he's just like, because that's what you're supposed to do. And I feel like Maron kind of embodies that too. Like, Maron doesn't bring other acts with him on the road. He just, whoever you're going to book on the show, book on the show. He still believes in that idea that you have to encounter the audience where they live, and then you have to bring them to where you want them to be. And I think... But you're right. Like, I know a lot of comics, like, it's sacrilege to say you're not a Bill Hicks fan, or sacrilege, to make fun of him in some way. But he wasn't for everyone. And Hicks knew that. And yet, because of the age that Hicks was in, he was allowed to walk audiences. He was allowed to have that reputation and still get booked.
I agree. At the same time, based on my experience with comedy, it takes a certain unique type to choose to do your thing and have a set with tension and get off with your head just to not get laughs. That is hard.
That is hard. That is
really hard. It takes a certain.
I don't think we're allowed to do that anymore.
I think most people can't. Most people
can't sit there and just.
You just can't deal with it.
They can't deal with it emotionally. Yeah.
It's just, if you get down to the fundamental fear of public speaking, it's just too hard. And I always admire that in and of itself. Whether you're talking about Hicks or Andy Kaufman, there's something special about the ability to be comfortable when people are really fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I think that, again, like,
some people don't earn that discomfort.
No, and I think, but here's the other thing too. Now I think people like it's distorted. I mean, role one of stand-up comedy is you make the audience laugh. Hicks wanted to make them laugh, and he had very well-written material.
Always wanted.
You always wanted
yes.
to. Now,
But if you're not gonna, right? I hear
you know what I mean? Like it's making them laugh is not the primary task sometimes with some comedians.
Yeah,
They have this idea
different.
like. Yeah, like I'm making you uncomfortable because I'm making you think, or I'm making like, oh, you don't want to. I'm edgy, or you just don't get it, and it's like it's just not funny. It doesn't even matter.
Edgy comics.
Where, yeah,
the real edgy people were never trying to be.
No, it wasn't on purpose.
This is funny, but you're wrong. I'm not gonna. I know what funny is, but I'm not gonna cater to your funny. It's a fine line.
When you talk about Doc, I don't know if you remember, like, so he was a tried and true road comic, and he moved to San Francisco, which again, like, I don't think this exists
now we're
that
getting
much.
Specific about the Doc. We're just going
to we're getting in this particular Doc, right? And if he heard this, I would have no problem.
This is on you. If Doc hears this is on you. I just
well, here's what I remember. Okay, right? Like, so in the world of being on the road stand-up comedy, you know, he had a reputation and he was getting booked a lot, and he felt like he was doing edgy, thought-provoking, original material. And then he moved to San Francisco, and this was a time-honored thing where, like, before people would go to New York or LA, a lot of them would come to San Francisco first and spend a couple of years really honing who they were and what they were about before moving to the so-called bigger leagues. Like, San Francisco was a town where you develop your art, you grow, right? That was encouraged. So he moved there, and I remember him starting to get sets at Cobb's, and you remember Tom. And I remember Tom told him, after seeing him a couple of times, that he wasn't edgy or unique or original. He was derivative. And he thought that he was being edgy, but, you know, he wasn't. He thought he was being Bill Hicks-like. He was just miming all of the attitude, but none of the content. Yeah. And I think that, you know, I mean, listen, you remember Tom back in the day when he, you know, that is a hard thing for any comedian to hear. It's an assault on your ego. It doesn't feel fair. It doesn't feel right. But I think, not justifying Tom's approach, but I think Tom was right in, like, listen, because you've been out on the road and that's all you've known, you know, you believe you're doing something edgy and unique, but then when I put it on stage against other comics who actually are edgy and unique, not on purpose, you just look derivative. You look like you're
That's something Tom used to do that I always respected. Challenging you to just be something and not try to sound like something.
Yeah,
and he was right.
He was right. Yeah,
you don't need to handle my crowd. Just do it.
Yeah,
don't talk about doing it. And that's what the road is. It's a trick. The road comedy is tricks and magic tricks.
You're not doing stand-up comedy, you're doing crowd control. I mean, that's all you're doing. It's a lot of cheerleading, it's a lot of yeah guys, and it's a lot of the exact same material. You know, it's a lot of the same marriage material, it's a lot of the same dating material, it's a lot of the same. It's just you're repackaging it in a way that works for you, and if you have anything unique, the road just edits it out of you. And I you know, again, like, probably the best thing that ever happened to me was, like, I hit a cow, lost the car, and at first I was like, well, fuck, now I got to be stuck in San Francisco. Not realizing, like, that was the best thing for me. Yeah, like, oh, wait a minute, actually writing interesting, creative stuff and then learning how to use your personality to deliver that to any audience ended up being a blessing. And that's the thing, like, you need somebody to put their arm around you and go, like, hey, look, talk about what you want to talk about, find a way to talk any audience into it, and then you can go anywhere.
And you persevered. So I'll give you props for this. You persevered through that transition.
Thank you.
So no, you did. You did. You had to find some humility in that, because I remember very specifically when you were closing the showcase at Cobb's because you could. So Tom, do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Prematurely. This was before maybe Jim Short wasn't around.
Well, Jim was always like, when Jim was around, Jim was the closer. Right. But then occasionally he would mix it up, because that's classic Tom. He would put Jim up and then I would have to go up. But then little by little, if Jim wasn't around, he would put me up. And he knew that I could do it, but he also was challenging me to not do it the way that, like at Cobb's, I was not allowed to talk to the crowd. Right. I remember that. So I remember this discussion you had with Tom. I remember you were doing crowd work, and you were saying, I made them have a nice trip. They came to San Francisco, and they had a nice night. And he was like, I don't want them to have a nice. It was something like that. I don't want them to have a nice night. I want you to try to. But the point is, it was a very interesting thing, and I remember feeling this way. I was not in a jealous space at all, but I remember just thinking, Tom is a little bit stuck with you. He didn't want to close you, but you were bringing it. You were a closer, and then he came to respect you, and it all worked out. But that was he definitely pushed me to be like, okay, look, I know you can close a show, I know you can work a crowd, but you need material. And I think what he said to me that always stuck with me was, okay, when the audience leaves here tonight, because what did he say to me? He goes, you know what they know? I'm like, they had a great time. It's like, they know that guy in the front row has a weird shirt. They know that other guy is a plumber. They don't know anything about you. You gave them no opinion. And that stuck with me. And I remember Greg Proops, was another comic who got that talking to from Tom. And we kind of, we were talking one day in the green room. It came up by accident. We were talking in the green room at Punchline. And he was saying, like, Tom had the same conversation with me because I would rip a room up and just, but he's like, they don't know anything about you. You gave them no opinion.
When Proops was in San Francisco or something?
Yeah. When he was starting out, it was a feature. It's just like, they don't know anything about you. You've told them nothing about you. They should leave knowing something about you. Even if they don't like you, they should. And I will give Tom props for that. And again, that's a different era. He was literally telling us, it's okay if people in the audience don't like you. It's okay if people leave going, I didn't like that guy.
Now, trying to find yourself?
No. You're encouraged to find yourself, but I think now you are acutely aware from the time you start that you're a product and you're marketing. And because of that, there's less time to really grow. Like, people are posting stuff.
We were nothing.
Less than a year
when we started. For years.
Yeah.
You just were nothing.
And it's just it gave you space to figure out who you were and really start to, nobody knows who they are the first 5 years. Not really. They've got, go ahead.
We have to, okay. It just occurred to me. We have to interview Hutch.
Oh my God.
Where is he?
He's so he comments on my Facebook page a couple of times, especially when I mentioned the Punchline. He's in Oregon. He's but it's funny you say that because
we have to interview Hutch.
I want to interview Molly too because I think she's got some amazing stories. But Hutch would be an interesting guy to talk to. Yeah, because I think
we have to.
He represents to you and I. He represents sort of the old San Francisco that we were coming into and didn't even realize, what we were coming into, like the tradition we were walking into. Mm-hmm. And Hutch was like the old guard who was still very protective of that. Mm-hmm. And I think he's mellow. But I think, Hutch is very protective of his staff. Like, sometimes I'll talk about stuff and he'll go, Punchline Family for Life, and that staff. I don't know if like you remember, like, the time that we were coming up, like the late 90s, early 2000s, it was the same cocktail servers, same food servers, same bartenders. I mean, for like 5 years there, we were all,
I know, it was a
like,
family.
moving through each other's lives, for better or for worse. People were dating each other, people were friends with each other, people were hanging out with each other. And it was nice. And it was a smaller scene too, not to sound like old man comedy. But that was a much smaller scene. Now there's a lot of other stages. But to get back to the idea of like, yeah, being anonymous for the first few years is a healthy thing for stand-ups, because you are still trying to figure out who you are and how to write for who you are. And you don't have to worry about all of the other like marketing stuff and getting a following. We didn't have to worry about any of that for quite some time. Now it is pushed on comics like from the get-go. Like, you need to start posting, man. You need to start getting stuff out there. You need to start. And it's like, the first couple of years, and I'd say this for anyone, the first couple of years, you're not producing much gold.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Who books the showcase at Cobb's?
Well, now it's Ron Vi again. So Ron's there. And no one books it, right? It's still like, it hasn't changed.
You show up and
Yeah. It's
do the features get booked? I mean, can you get on there?
Yeah. I mean, if yes, the veterans can get on, the people that are
you just show up.
Yeah.
So Ron Vi. So is Ron Vi? Is it still 3 times a week?
Oh, I'm sorry. You said Cobb's. I'm thinking Punchline. No. There's no Cobb's showcase like you remember it. What they'll do is occasionally. They were doing a once a month one, and they were like putting up newer comics. But again, that place is so big now. It seats 800 people, right? So you can't have you got to book at least a couple of local names that might bring. It's more of a theater. You need to but I mean, the Punchline is still that first rung of any professional success.
You still get noticed at the showcase at the Punchline.
Yeah.
And is that still a thing?
Oh, it's still a thing.
Ron Vi, but is Ron Vi, looking at is this person solid? Are they funny?
All of that. And he has other people that, assistants that also watch. I mean, it hasn't effectively changed in, that's how it was before you and I started. You know what I mean? Like, it very much is about networking. It's very much, Molly would come up to us. I don't realize this. At the time, I was aware of it, but I don't realize. Now I look back, I'm like, wow, you could have a huge effect with just a few words. Like Molly would come up sometimes and you'd go, hey, that guy right there, what's his name? And you'd say their name, and then she would go like, is he funny? And you could say no, you could say, and I would always try to be diplomatic. I'm like, yeah, he's got something, and then Molly would put somebody up and you'd realize like, oh, okay, I helped get that person up just by saying like, yeah, give him a shot, and I think that still happens. Like new people show up, they introduce themselves. You remember how hard that was? Like the first time you show up.
Yeah.
Hey, Hutch, I'm a new comic and I'd like to get up sometime. And yeah.
Hutch. Roddy Castro. Very funny. Roddy Castro did a part Hutch, part Scooby-Doo impression. And he would go, hey, Hutch, how you doing? Can I get up tonight?
Yeah. That's oh, my God. Yeah. Jesus Christ. We're reminiscing about shit that happened.
Nobody cares.
25 years ago.
Yeah. All right. So, okay, let's change gears here. We were going to talk about the Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday. So, buddy, woo! Are you psyched for America's big money shot? It is.
I am not. I wouldn't say psyched. However, I think I'm more of a sports fan.
That's fair to say. Yeah.
If the Detroit Lions were to the Super Bowl, I'd be super psyched.
And that's football, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's football, Joey. I totally follow my teams: University of Michigan, Detroit Lions. I will check out the Super Bowl.
Okay, all right.
Today, and I've spun a narrative where I'm rooting for the Seahawks because it's a long story.
I spun a narrative. You somehow had to talk yourself into
I talked myself into this guy from this ex-coach from Michigan is on the Seahawks. I want to see him get a ring, so I'm kind of I'll get into it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm that level of sports fan. I follow my teams, but I don't sit there on a Sunday with 3 different screens on just watching football.
Yeah, that is just mind-numbing.
That's a time-sucking.
I don't get it.
Thing.
I just don't get it. You're probably just sitting there with just
what level of get it? Are you a sports fan at all?
No.
You just.
It's weird. My father was not into it. And not even like mildly. Like I don't remember my father ever talking about baseball or watching baseball or, football or anything like that. So I didn't get raised with it. And then I just didn't, my personality was not drawn to it. I was much more like, hey, let's all draw, let's all sketch our favorite Star Wars character. Said nobody ever without getting their ass kicked.
Yeah. So that was back in the day when you got your ass kicked for that.
And that was back in the day when saying you were a Star Wars fan got your ass kicked. A nerd was a nerd.
A nerd got his ass kicked.
Yeah, you knew your place in society.
That was the order of things.
Yeah. Here's the level of sports fan I am. So today, my lady and we got up. I made a simple breakfast, and then we watched an episode of Bridgerton.
Okay, and that was the extent of your
Super Bowl
Sunday.
I loved it. And you know what? I am rooting for Sophie the maid to land Benedict. That's what I'm rooting for.
Okay. Wow.
Come on, can you feel the white knuckle excitement?
You are okay. So you are not a man in the traditional in its sort of traditional definition.
Wow.
Yeah. So I will follow my teams. I was thinking, the NFL is sort of in some ways a microcosm of how middle class, working class, I would say middle America people are kind of getting screwed by the institutions that they uphold in a way.
Talk more about that.
Well, I'm from Michigan. I'm from the Midwest. The NFL is largely supported by working class, hard-working Americans.
They're buying the gear. They're watching the teams.
Often can't afford to attend the games. So it's sort of like the real fans. So my guess is the Super Bowl, it's hard, if you can get tickets, is attended by rich, wealthy 1% people.
Oh, absolutely.
And a percentage of hardworking, working class people that really can't afford it but are sacrificing a great amount of money for a 3 to 4 hour event. And so to me, it's kind of an example of the working class getting screwed in this country, yet upholding the institutions doing the screwing.
So I just looked up what are the prices for. It's at Levi Stadium, which is outside of San Francisco, right? And they're saying that the seats range roughly between $3,750 and $4,500 per seat. Per seat.
Okay.
So that's insane. I mean, that's insane, that you're right.
Okay,
like,
so a family of three. Okay, so a family of four, for the family of four goes, that's college tuition.
Yeah. I mean, that's $20,000 right there. You factor in food and parking and I think
that's
insane.
A little insulting.
Yeah.
To the average American, it's just insulting. But even let's just take it down a notch. Okay, let's say this is the Super Bowl, and it's understood that that's just a hard ticket to get and a hard ticket to afford. go to a Niners game. You're paying $300 to $400 easy.
Yeah, I mean, but all of
all of them.
All of it, like
Sports
concert
in
tickets,
general.
sports
Yeah.
tickets, any kind of big event out. Like there has been, I'm sure someone has looked at this, but inflation wise, like it has not, it's not even remotely close to what you could, like people in San Francisco will talk about going to see Day on the Green, and Day on the Green were shows, where you have all these bands and you get a concert ticket for $10 and you would see huge name bands, right? Now to see just any one of those bands that's still alive, if you want a good ticket, you're spending minimum of $300 for one ticket. I mean, I think in a lot of ways, yeah, you're right. Like the NFL,
It's not affordable.
It's not affordable.
Insulting because it's not expensive. It's not affordable.
It's just not affordable.
Reasonable.
It's beyond.
Like,
it's beyond
like
what you
the
could.
1999 Woodstock Rape Fest, for instance.
Is that what they called it?
Yeah,
They probably should have named it.
It should have been called.
Yeah.
And I'm glad both of those guys are dead.
Wow.
I am. Have you watched that documentary? It's disgusting.
I've not watched that documentary. Yeah.
Yes. I'm glad that the shame killed them. However,
don't you think, let me ask you this though. Like, I think the Super Bowl has really transcended what the sport itself. Like, it's not the Super Bowl. Yes. For a lot of fans, it is about, okay, I want to see who the winner is, but there's now so much other stuff. The halftime show has become this huge cultural thing, right? The commercials. People will tune in just to watch the commercials.
I know. Why everybody says that. Well, I just like to watch the commercials. It's the one time we totally invite consumerism
into
our lives and make the commercials officially an attraction as opposed to a distraction.
Which again is very much like it's America dialed up to 11, dipped in like fat and tallow and glitter, and everything is over the top. I mean, we were talking about road comedy, right? And how it's like over the top cheerleading, no ambiguity, no subtlety. Like I feel like that's what the Super Bowl is. It's now about, hey, we're celebrating, Slurpees and fast food and loud music and glitter and girls and tits. Come on.
Right. And I'm not going to say it's consumerism, of course, not to say it's hacky. Yeah, of course. But it's on top of it, I would say it's the lack of inclusivity of the people that really make it.
Yeah, who's supporting it? It's not the average fan. Yeah, it's not the average fan that's sitting at home, upset about the price they have to pay for cable TV,
On top of it, the all access network stuff is a fortune.
Yeah.
To see all the games, it's all
it's making money.
It's insulting.
I mean,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a difference between something being expensive and then something saying, hey, you're here and you're thirsty. That'll be $15 for a bottle of water. You know what I mean?
$15? What do I get to keep the bottle? No.
And it's from Costco. And fuck you.
But that's kind of what it is. I mean, the whole Super Bowl is a big fuck you to most of America, right?
It's kind of like, I remember, it's funny where you see where consumerism meets ass rape. You know what I mean? It's
Tell me more.
That evil. I remember thinking that when I was at when I entered It's a Small World at Disney.
Oh, Disneyland? Okay. Disney World?
Disney World. We're at Disney World. And everything was connected, and you had currency that...
Yeah.
And you felt like, God, on the one hand, I'm so happy and comfortable. And on the other hand, this is total rape. Total ass rape. Just...
What happened to you on that ride, Dan?
Totally
oh, my God.
Sticking it to... Do you know what I mean?
No, I know what you're saying.
It's...
But here's the interesting thing, too, to think about. It also extends to the artists themselves, right? So for the halftime show, I'm not sure everyone's aware of this, the NFL does not pay the performers for the halftime show. The performer is No. The performer basically produces the show and pays for the show, because the NFL is like, listen, we are giving you a huge stage.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they have to make...
I mean, they really, like, if you go back and you look at it, so all the artists that have performed on the halftime show, they're not being paid by the NFL. They're putting up the money themselves, and then what they see it recouped in, like, merchandise, people downloading songs, streaming revenue.
It's clearly worth their time. It works
Well,
out.
the irony is they're saying, like, listen, do it for exposure. Right?
Kind of like... That's what they used to tell us.
That's what they would tell us. Like,
Yeah.
do the gig for free, and you'll get it. Here's the thing, though. It's only, like, the biggest of the biggest names. Like, I know, like, I don't know any.
Who's doing it today? Do you know?
It's Bad Bunny. Do you know who Bad Bunny is?
I should, but no, I don't know who anyone is.
That's okay. I mean, look, it's not music for old white guys.
DEI?
But that's the thing. That's the interesting thing. Like, so English is not his first language. He's
fuck. So that
yeah. People, the right wing has lost their mind, saying, like, it should go to an American. He's from Puerto Rico, which is essentially America.
Mm-hmm. So he's American.
He's an American. Yeah, and he actually right now, like, I think he's got the most streamed music, like 1 billion streams. That's how they count it now, right? It's like his music is everywhere and it's big. And it's okay that I don't know it, that you don't know it. It's not for us. It's not.
So if you're brown or black and you're successful, it's DEI. What does that? What does that even mean?
Well,
what are you talking about?
But they're countering it. Here's the thing. So MAGA got so upset that Bad Bunny is doing the halftime show, which celebrates America, right? And now you got this brown guy who doesn't speak English. That's not America. That's everything we're against right now. So they have a alternative halftime show, and you know who the headliner is for that?
What, like in the small room? What do you mean an alternative halftime? Like in the lounge? They have a...
Well, they have other networks, right? Are presenting Kid Rock and a couple of country music singers, and then some fourth place winner to America's Got Talent. They're doing a show during the halftime.
No shit.
Yeah. And they're all white, and they're all past their prime, and they all have used every bit of talent they have.
All right.
But it's just like, hey, you could tune in and watch.
They're slotted on.
Yeah, at the exact same time.
As soon as the Trump Kennedy Center opens, they're going to be honored.
Of course.
Lifetime achievement.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, so both of these happen at halftime?
Both of these happen at halftime.
One and then the other?
Yeah. Yeah. Because and really, if anything, that is the America. There's like two Americas.
Yeah, two Americas, two halftimes
that are happening. Two halftime. Like, if you are into cutting edge, most successful recording artist of the moment, you watch the official halftime show. If you want to watch mediocre white guys who failed 20 years ago, then you tune in to see Kid Rock.
What? Other networks?
It's carried on like Fox and Christian networks and it's just.
I mean, that's powerful. We got two different Americas, two definitions of slavery, two different ways of looking at things.
Yeah. Yeah. How are you celebrating America?
Yeah. And one is contemporary and relevant.
Yeah.
And the other is comfortable.
You want to crash squish a Budweiser can in your hand and scream about how those others are moving in across the street from you? Well, we got a show for you.
Mm-hmm. And Bill Maher, you're the second guy, whether you like it or not. You are the second motherfucker.
Bill Maher, what an interesting position he's in now, man. What an interesting, weird. He's so full of himself and so sure that he's right.
It's a demagoguery. Now, for him on a very small level, but it's moving toward that kind of power of people listen to me and they clap for me, and that's now who I'm going for.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine, like, look, I would love to be in that position. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like, he's carved out an
yeah.
audience
And
that
by the way,
is following him.
just for a disclaimer, everyone we've complained about since this whole episode we're jealous of. So let's just get that
100%, 100%.
100% jealous.
Yeah.
And I think that can both exist. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, both things can be true.
I'm jealous. Okay, I am not a fan of Bill Maher. I think he's a blowhard, irrelevant guy who is not, who again found his own niche in the brosphere. However, the cheese and crackers he gets in his dressing room are probably so fucking good. The coffee he drinks, whatever it is, I'm jealous. Right?
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. 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 Amen to that. But okay. I think that's a good place to end, buddy. Hopefully, so next week we'll come back with a comedian. We'll continue doing that. That's been fun.
Comedian
and and
great
Seahawks. That's who you want to win.
Seahawks. Go Seahawks.
All right, buddy. We'll check in next week and see if they won. Peace out,
right.
America.
Peace out.